Hey guys and gals, okay, back with another closer look video, and I was gonna walk through Laszlo here. So he's another AoE hitter, so he has an area of effect that covers everyone. Damage to all enemies, 160, and the caster gets plus 32 charge generation for 3 turns. So that's not too bad. But let's talk overall rating. So overall, he's rated as a C. I don't know, that's probably a fair assessment. I find that I certainly don't use him nowadays like I used to back in the day when I needed him for a war team and that sort of thing. And with the variety of 3 stars out there now that are really decent, I rarely use them on any events. I haven't at all in months used them for events or anything either. However, he comes in handy in my alt account where I'm still building up when I need a purple stack, that's for sure. And he's on my war teams. He's automatically on one of my flags almost every war, pretty much, especially when I need a purple stack. So that C rating covers, on offense, he's got a 3 out of 5. 2 out of 5 on defense. I would agree with that. I don't think he's a defensive hero at all. There's way too many faster heroes, 3-star heroes. And then of course you'll start, if you're just starting out, you'll start getting 4 stars and you won't need him for defense, but he's only rated a 2 on war machines. I'd probably give him a 0. Being an AoE hitter for a war machine, he just does not do enough damage, and having 52 average speed, that's not really good for a war machine. I still, when we have a yellow in my alt account, I do believe he's on my team still. Actually, I don't think so, because I got Lindsay up now. So I've even replaced him there. But when I was first starting out, he was certainly handy for a purple stack against a yellow war machine. Yeah, so. And as you can see, I won't waste the epic skill books on him. So he needs epics to go any further than 7 for his skill, and that's not going to happen. So I won't be doing that. Keeping those for the 5 stars. Alright, so let's run down his class here. He is a spy. Now, spy's got Rana in it. So if you end up getting Rana, you would likely use your spy emblems on her, especially since she's built to be a tank. And hold down the defense, hold the fort down. So I can't see too many people wanting to put emblems on this guy, but let's run through what he does. Secret Shadow Agent. So the scramble, reduce the charge of an enemy by 10% after dealing damage. So if he gets hit by somebody, he can get them back instantly with the scramble. That'll put their charge speed down. So 3, 6, 9, 12%, 15%. So that's alright. Yeah, I just personally would not waste any emblems on him whatsoever. But he's a hitter, so I would likely take this path if I was going to get as much of that attack in as you can. And there's a critical chance and attack in the same one. That's alright. And then of course on the spies you got the speed at the very bottom. Increases the speed of charge recovery by 4%. Oh, isn't it normally 2%? Hey, there you go. There's a bonus for spies. Once you get to the end of the talent grid, that's a 4% speed charge. Sweet. Okay. So his average is 52, so 4% would put him up to roughly 54-ish. I would have to do the math on that, but that wouldn't drop any tiles off of charging him up on offense though. But let's run through the weapons and see if the speed weapons help. Combination, you would need to get him to the break point of 58 to be fast. And with that speed on the talent grid there, that would get him closer to that 58. So the majority of the purple speed weapons will bump him into the next breakpoint. So that's good to know. I still wouldn't waste the emblems on him. I just wouldn't. Alright, so the ink explosion, that is a speed weapon of 9. Oh yeah, so he's definitely going into the next breakpoint with or without the talent, the emblems on that talent grid. So 9 puts him at fast, which he will charge in 9 tiles and 5 ghosted, rather than 10 tiles and 5 ghosted. So pretty good there. And then of course you get resistance for defense. So if you didn't need to use him for defense, I mean, you definitely can until you get somebody better. He would make a good flank, in my opinion. With a good tank supporting him. And I don't think he would be very good, though, on a wing at all. Okay, so that one's armor. I think I got rid of my anaconda. I know it doesn't say anaconda, but to me it's a snake gun. I have nicknames for just about everything. I'm just silly that way. Alright, the bulldozer. Oh, I do have this one in my roster. Okay, so 18% dodge. That's fantastic for defense. And then you get 20% armor damage when it's fully leveled. This is the one I was looking for. So 18% critical chance, and you get 160 health. His health is alright, but adding 160 health points, pretty cool for someone like him. So I find that his defenses aren't the greatest when I was using him, so he seemed to sometimes die pretty easily in battle. So having 160 health points added in is not too shabby at all. So this one would be good for offense or defense, and then you got the health points and the tile damage from the critical chance. When going in on offense with that weapon, I like that weapon. Hopefully I'll get a copy of it one day. We'll see. The Viper. Oh, I do have this in my roster as well. 16% critical chance. Did I get all the 5 stars? I think I did. Okay. So, let's go into my roster here and we'll cover what I haven't yet. Alright, so the master weapons. Now there's 2 5-star purple master weapons that I don't have copies of, but I will read them off here. So one of them is the 5-star Chroma, and that is 30 armor per turn. So good on either defense or offense. Help him stay alive longer if you happen to be lucky enough to get that one. The other one is the Pulsar, and this one is awesome for him. The Pulsar is Venom. So 70 poison over 2 turns. That's pretty cool. So he's doing 160 damage, and then you're gonna get another 140 from the poison, and it will stack. So if you get this weapon on a hero too, this is a Venom ammo weapon as well. this one will stack with it. So that's pretty sweet. And then if you use, like on my war teams, I sometimes end up putting these two together in my alt account. And she does poison over 3 turns. So if you have any other poison weapons out there, the one target she hits is gonna receive 174 over 3 turns and then stack with whatever other poison weapons happen to hit. So I don't find them too bad of a combination, Laszlo and Sparrow together in a stack. She tends to, of course, being fast speed, she'll charge up almost seems like twice to his 1, but then you've always got someone hitting as well, someone special ready to go off. So they have made a pretty good war team, I must say. Alright, so that covers the 2 5-stars. Now I have the 4-star weapon, and that is Bleed. So that's pretty awesome to put on him too. So the master weapons do improve his special quite a bit, because then you've got the damage from bleeding for 2 turns, and like I say, that could stack with any other, well, that won't stack, but I was about to say poison weapons, but that's different. But that'll stack with any other bleeders that you happen to be taking in. Someone like Dasha, for instance, that does bleeding. Alright, the compact, that's a health weapon. So, okay for offense or defense, if you have this one. And that wouldn't be too bad to put on him, honestly, because like I say, his defenses, he seems to die rather easily some battles. So it would be good to have that one. And the Viper we already covered. So, there's the other purple master weapon, and it is the Dread Derringer. Burn, baby, burn. So this would stack with other burn heroes like Hush, for instance. So that's pretty cool. I really like that Dread Derringer, and I like equipping Fiona with it when I take her in on events. It's pretty cool. Okay, so the Enforcer, just armor. Blah. Kind of a blah. And then this one, of course, is health. So that would help him out as well. Yeah, so overall, Laszlo is fairly average. There are scenarios that he's definitely useful, but for the most part, yeah, he's a fairly average hero. They did nerf him way back in the beginning, because he was definitely overpowered. He would wipe you out in no time. But as my roster's growing over time, and he did need the nerf, by the way, for balance, but as my roster's grown over time, he's kind of been benched. And especially, I got her now. So look at that. 160 damage to all enemies, and then critical chance. And then I can put the Derringer on her for burn damage as well, and she's fast speed in comparison. So he's kind of been relegated to bench duty. But yeah, when you first start out, I mean, he's decent enough. Don't put too much in the way of skill books into him, that's for sure, because he will end up being outclassed as you go, and your roster expands like mine did. So sorry guys, some days I swear I can't talk right. So that's it. It's a little bit of a rundown on Laszlo there. So decent, yes. Great, by no means, but yeah, he will be helpful when you're first starting out, that's for sure. Okay, everybody, take care.